Welcome to continuation of module 2 of our real estate masterclass. I still remain Emmanuel Joaquin, popularly known as Property King. So back to what we were saying initially, there are two other ways you can make money from real estate. A lot of people can call multiple ways, but I want to talk about two specific ones. Number one is the joint partnership deal. Now, a lot of persons feel that real estate is very expensive, like it's something that is capital intensive to venture into. Of course, it's true. Someone who is you need money. If you want to get to real estate, you're spending like 1 million, 2 million, 3 million, 4 million, 80 million, as the case may be. So it's not an investment for the broke. So how can you really make money from this real estate? Now, a property that one person can't buy, 4 persons can come together to buy it. You understand? But when we talk about joint partnership deal, now let's look at this from this angle. I can buy a piece of property, a land, 50 by 100 feet, popularly known as 400 for something square meters, the case may be. Yeah, you can check it approximately. Some can sell for 50 square meters, but that's not the point. So I can bring that piece of land and then I can hand it over to a developer. A developer can build on that particular property, and then when we sell off, both of us can have access to return on investment. I brought the land, he brought the construction, the building on top of the land. So that's joint partnership deal. Now it can be just 10 persons, 15 persons come together to do that particular project. So that's joint partnership deal. Another way you can get money from real estate is also referrals. I think I've talked about that. But now I want to venture into something very, very important. Now, how can you build real estate portfolio from zero to something of great significance? Now, when we talk about portfolio, it means a pack or a collection of real estate properties. You understand? So how can you start from zero to something of good reputation, if there's something like that? Surely there's something like that. So let's just proceed. Now, number one, start small. I know, yes, we are tempted to have great dreams. It's good. Have great vision. Okay, yes, I want to own 42 properties. I want to own 1,000 properties, as the case may be. Thinking is free. You cannot exhaust your thinking. It's good to be so ambitious. But however, start small. So you can start with just one property. But understand that one bad property can spoil a lot of things. So when you're starting with that one property, there are things to look at. Location matters. So when you check the location and then you check your land title and you see that all these things are okay, shoot your shot. Get that one property. You understand? The next thing you can do is that you can affiliate with good agents or realtors for sharp deals. Now, when I mean sharp deals, they call it distress sale. Now, what talk of distress sale? Now, you realize that a property that should be going for 25 million naira might end up being sold for 10 million or 15 million, as the case may be. Why? Because at that point in time, the owner of that property needs money urgently. So we call it distress sale. These are sharp deals. Although while going for distress sale, please do your verification very well so that you don't buy a cheap land with a touch of court case. You understand? So let me leave that for that. So leverage on relationship, then reinvest profits. Let's say you started with land banking, you purchased the property, it appreciated, you resold it. The moment you get your capital and then profit, reinvest. You invest and then you explore a lot of financial options. There are people that, okay, yes, they trust this property a lot, and then they can take money from bank, purchase this property, or take money from a particular financial institution, purchase the property, and then sell off and return the money they collected, provided you know exactly what you're doing. And then you can diversify. Listen, this is where we get it wrong. When I talk of diversification, I'm not necessarily saying that, okay, yes, you are into real estate, okay, put other parts of your money in akara business or a business that is totally different from real estate. No. In fact, just like my mentor advised, he said, before you diversify into something different, exhaust close to 90% of your value chain. I will explain that in the next video. See you in the next one.